if you see me outside, then you already know what I'm here to do. I'm here to put a part on the GR Corolla because I don't just be out here for no reason. Welcome back, CarQuicks channel. Like, subscribe. Welcome to the journey. You already know how I do when it comes down to the GR Corolla content. I try to make sure I am a one-stop shop. Well, I try to make sure I'm a place that you can come to at least to get some stuff that you wanted to know about it, what it sounds like, what it does, how it performs. And this is, I'm working with 6 Element again, okay? Shout out to them guys. And this is just one of many things that are just kind of brewing up. But today we're talking about sound, okay? And if you're wondering what sound means, you know it means one thing, talking about the exhaust. So that's the OEM exhaust. I took it off. No, I did not show you how to take it off. That is dead simple, okay? We're talking about 3 exhaust hangers, 1, 2, 3, okay? And then you got 2 spring bolts up there in the front that connect to the mid pipe. Actually 4 exhaust hangers, my bad, that one right there. And then you got spring bolts that connect that to the mid pipe in the center. Mad easy, okay? You shouldn't be stressing about taking that off. Today, we're gonna put on a 6 Element single exit exhaust. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to hear what it sounds like. I'm excited to hear what it sounds like with my car because I have an MST downpipe and a 2JZ resonated mid pipe, the best mid pipe you could buy. I don't care what anybody says, okay? And that's not even like a sponsor. That's just me telling you, if you want a mid pipe for this car, the only option, if you're not going full turbo back or exhaust that includes one, is 2J, okay? 2J Racing. But anyways, let me unbox this exhaust. So, all right, you know the emblem, you know the name. Let's start off with this little bag of, I don't know what this is. Actually, I know what this is. This is the passenger side plate to cover up the exhaust outlet that is gonna be covered up when I put this on. And then there are these like 3D printed, probably something like this. And then it's gonna clip into the bumper itself. So this right here is for the exhaust outlet to cover it up. This right here, this is the center plate for the center exhaust tip. And this right here is the bracket for it. It mounts right here like this. This mounts up to the top where the center exhaust hanger was. So that's cool. We already know what that is. Go ahead and put this back in the plastic. And stick that over to the side. Wait for when we need that. This right here is, what is this? Oh yeah. This is a mount for the servo motor for the exhaust valve on the GR Corolla exhaust. If you see that up there, that's what this mount is right here. This is where you mount it and then put it off to the side somewhere. We'll put that off to the side. This is clearly a slip joint for the exhaust at some portion of it. I don't know where, but that's a slip joint for it. You already know what those are. That's self-explanatory. This right here is one of the pipes or something. Let's see. This is a pipe that obviously goes near where the diff is because it has this little heat shield part right there. You already seen this before. This is fairly common and similar. Stainless steel, as you can see, nice large opening, 3 inches all the way around. So place that right there. There is another stainless steel piece. I may not take all of them out. I'll just take them out like this so you can kind of see. Another stainless steel piece right here. I mean, this is all self-explanatory. Okay, it's a single exit exhaust. Put this over to the side right there. This is another piece. This piece actually probably connects to the front. Yep. This has the exhaust hanger portion. And it also has the flange on the back right there. You probably can kind of see it through the plastic. That's the flange that connects to the mid pipe. So, like I said, 6 Element. If you look at this, get close into there. You see that? Nice high quality welds, nice high quality stainless steel. That's what we like here, okay? Now, of course, stainless steel is not as light as titanium. You already know this is a resonator. So, nice, clean stainless steel resonator. As you can see, you can kind of see inside of it a little bit. See the little resonated part maybe. All right. That's cool. Leave that in the box right there. And the main piece, the one that everybody's gonna want to see, or what you're gonna see coming out the side of the car, is, hold on, this right here. This is the 6 Element stainless steel, single exit exhaust. As you can see, I didn't go with the little burnt tip like I did on the dual one this time. I went with just a stainless steel because I just want to see stainless on this one this time. Very clean, as you can see. Yes, it says 6 element embossed on the side. This is what it looks like, complete. Full single exit. Now I'm gonna take all the plastic off this stuff, place it down, and get it ready to put on the car. Okay, you saw the unboxing. It does look dope to me. I'm a fan of single exit exhaust, and that's not something for everybody. That is an acquired taste. And some people just prefer the triple or quadruple tipped and dual on the GR Corolla. And the duals look dope because if you're new here, you will know that I've done this exhaust before. I've done exhaust on my car, and that was the 6 element dual exhaust. You see the video up here. So I'm working with them again. I'm doing their single exit one. And this is just to see the difference in the sound because the dual one has a larger muffler canister. And so I would assume that this would be louder. But I don't know yet because that also still has a resonator and it still does have a muffler. So the sound might be very unique to my setup because I have an MST downpipe and I have a 2J Racing midpipe. So the sound could be special, it could be different. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. So I'm gonna go put you down. I'm gonna install this. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a cold start to see what this sounds like on a cold start. And then there will be a second video because it's too late in the evening right now for me to even go and do a test drive and drive it and things like that. I am going to an event tomorrow for GR Corolla people in Texas. It's over in Buda, Texas with the gentleman from Grocery Getter Performance. If you ever seen that website, it's right up here. And we're doing a little Mazda GR meet thing. So I'm gonna go out there. So by the time I go out there and then I drive the car back, I will have put enough heat cycle through it to really get a true sound test on it. Because if you know about exhaust, as you drive in more, the tone changes. You might do it right when you first turn it on and put it on and go do a sound test, but then a week later, the tonality kind of changes a bit. So we're trying to capture that change to make sure everything is set. So I'm gonna put y'all down. I'm gonna go ahead and install it. Y'all gonna watch and maybe a little bit of a time lapse. I might say something in the middle of it. I may not, but this is just an install of the single exit exhaust. And it should be, it's easy, simple, quick. Let's go. One thing you are gonna have to do is to remove all these exhaust hanger bushings off of here. There's one over there. I think I took off this entire bracket, so it's hanging around somewhere. Oh no, I didn't. Those are actually on the car still. You don't need to take that one off, and I don't think you need that one over there. I think you only need the bushing from this side, and then you only need this one because they're doing a single exit. So we don't need all 4 of these bushings that were normally on the 3 exit exhaust, or if you have a dual one, you'll need all 3 of these. So we only need 2, so save those for another time, but you're gonna need to take these off. You know what I don't have? I do not have an exhaust hanger remover. And I've done this too much. This is my own fault. I should have been ordered one of these because clearly I like going under the car and changing the exhaust. I just don't understand why I don't have one. I can already sense the foolery. I can sense it because I don't have nothing to. Boy, hold on a second. Reckless. I should have been better prepared. Let's see if I can put some WD-40 in there. Man, what's my name, okay? What is my name? You see that? But there you go. Exhaust bushing, hanger, rubber mount, off. We're good to go. That's what you're gonna need. In preparation of what we're gonna end up having to do, just gonna go ahead and attach this right here onto there. Yep, slips on nice and easy. And there you go. That's what you're gonna need because this is gonna go onto the flange in the front. As you can see, nice 3-inch size. This is gonna go onto the front and then it's going to then mount. This is gonna mount over there on the side. All right, so I'm gonna be right up over there and I'm just letting you know it's a tight mess where I'm at, okay? One day, I promise, one day I promise. I'm gonna have some quick jacks. I know, I talk about that every time I do something on this car and I gotta find myself sitting under it like this. I tell y'all, yo, one day I'm gonna get quick jacks. And one day I will. It's just, you know, things cost money. And why didn't I put, oh my God, why did I not spray the WD-40 on this bushing? Bro, what is wrong with me? Oh my goodness gracious. See the bushing right there? I need to throw a little dub D. That should be enough. The factory little donut gasket, you're gonna reuse that one. I just left it on there. These little spring bolts right here, that is what goes into these portions, these openings right there. And you're gonna have to put some force behind getting those on there. Like, don't think they're just gonna ease on there. This is driveway warriors. You already know how we do. Okay, there we go. This one. Let me move this guy out the way so it's not in your view. And then get back to over here. That's what I want to see. Let me make sure I got the right size bolt to cinch this down when need be. I think I got him over here. So this is gonna go in here like so. See that? That makes sense now, okay? I got the right size bolt for this. No, that's too small. Are you joking? Y'all gonna give me two different sizes on the same exhaust? Why would you do this? You don't want to cinch everything down super tight, because as you know with an exhaust, you're gonna have to move stuff around. So you don't want to do that extra tight. But now that that's on, this is where that piece goes for the diff. I was a little too early in the game trying to sneak this thing in there, but this is where this goes, okay? Slip joint right here. I'm gonna mount it just kind of like this. This is all just pre-mock-up, okay? I don't know exactly what I'm about to place all this stuff. I'm gonna have to figure something out, because this is probably like this. Yeah, it has to. Yeah, this has to. Yeah. It's gotta be like this. Okay, keep that there. That's tight for now. I'll leave that one loose over there, because that at least gives me the ability to kind of turn and twist this thing any which way I have. But this can stay cinched down because that slip joint is good. All right, so now we're gonna go and get the muffler. Okay, so here we are now. We got the exhaust. This is like the last portion that kind of comes out. And then I had to go and get the muffler itself, because this piece is gonna determine a lot. Let's get this on there first. I can kind of clean this up a bit so I don't got WD-40 just dripping down on my face. So, okay. That way we can kind of see what we need to do. Okay. All right. That's on there, but I gotta go see what this looks like on the outside. Okay, that's what we're looking like right now. I'm trying to see if I like this, if I'm supposed to twist this angle a little bit more, if that's the best, if I got it out the gate. I'm looking, okay? I'm checking from different sides. I'm not mad at that. I kind of like the way it pokes out a little bit. That looks good. I like seeing a little 6 element out there. I like seeing a little embossed logo right there. Don't mind me, I'm inside of a plant right now. You see what I'm saying? You see the angle? Like from here, it looks good. I like that like side profile. One other thing you're gonna have to do is, remember the old exhaust motor, the valve, exhaust valve motor that was on the OEM exhaust? That has to come off. And this little bracket that they gave you is what you're gonna mount this at. I've shown this on the dual exhaust I did. I showed you how this kind of mounts up like where the heat shield is and just kind of tucks this away. It's kind of like this. It's basically just gonna hide away like that. Back underneath the car, you see these 2 bolts right here? That is where this bracket is just gonna hang out, just like that. See, I do realize I didn't weigh this exhaust. It's a lot lighter than the OEM one because it's only single. I'm gonna get the weight for this exhaust. I'll stick it up here, show you what the OEM one weighs, with the 6 element single one ways, in case you're thinking about saving weight. The reason why I wanted to do this too, just so y'all are aware, there are other single exit exhausts out there. Tomei just made one, like a titanium base one. RK Titanium is one of the biggest ones companies, and he makes excellent products, and he makes one too that's like super lightweight, and I love how his single exit exhaust looks. However, there are some people that may not want to spend the money for a titanium. Maybe they don't want to run titanium on a daily driver, and so I'm always talking to companies about stainless steel exhaust, stuff that is kind of that's inexpensive, still lightweight, and that's where 6 element comes in. All the other examples I said are good, so it's not like anybody's making bad products. It's just a choice. If you want to spend a certain amount of money, want to spend certain less money, or you want something that's still high quality, your choice. Well, the hard part is done. Now we get to the fun part. You saw the install, you saw me struggling with a couple things on the bottom of the car. That was my own doing, honestly, like when I forgot to put WD-40 on exhaust hangers and stuff like that. But anyways, ultimately though, the install is fairly easy. I mean, and I say fairly, honestly, no, it's easy. It is an easy install. Doing an exhaust on a GR Corolla is literally just you taking off the 2 spring bolts and the exhaust hangers. That's really pretty much it. And the whole OEM thing drops down as one piece. And putting on the 6 element one, because it's a single exit one as opposed to the dual exhaust I did, and again, check out that video here, the single one is even easier. So we are now gonna talk about the sound. And so I drove all the way out to like Buda, Texas, and I drove back. So I put enough miles and heat cycling and things like that into the exhaust, and I can tell from the time I had left my house when I first put it on until when I came back this morning, this is the next day, it sounds different. It sounds, the tone is even better. It's like just more refined now. When I first did the cold start you saw in the video, I mean, it was like a bark of a cold start. I was like, oh, it's kind of loud, you know? But I also think that a GR Corolla in general, when you do a cold start on this car, it's an aggressive tone, and then it kind of settles down into what it's gonna be. So let's see what this sounds like. Now I'm gonna take you, we're gonna go off into the street real quick. We are gonna put you guys on the street real quick. We're gonna do a little bit of like a flyby, okay? And I'm gonna put the microphone right next to this camera, and maybe I might set up tracking on it. Probably not. I'm just gonna point you towards the street down there, and then you can see me drive by and you can hear the tone when you're going through some of the gears, okay? Let's do that. Okay, I've come to the conclusion that it works better if you just see me going down the street and you can hear what the car sounds like under load. So let's do, this is like take number 7, okay? I'm making things happen, okay? Let's go. I'm pretty sure we've captured the essence of what this exhaust sounds like because, I mean, I just went up and down the street a bunch of times. That's what it sounds like. 6-element, single exit exhaust for the GR Corolla. Now, before you run to go and get this exhaust, or if you have a question, let me tell you why it sounds like it sounds, because it may be different for you. I have an MST Performance downpipe. I have a 2J Racing resonated midpipe. Those two things do change the sound of it. I don't know what this sounds like if you put it on a standard GR Corolla with a OEM cat with an OEM midpipe. I don't know if the tone is gonna change. I'm dealing with a tone that's probably a little bit more aggressive, a little louder. It may not be to your liking, it may not be to your taste, because those modifications I have changed how this does sound. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about this exhaust, if you're comparing it to other ones, or whatever it may be. If you want to have a triple exhaust, quadruple, single, center exit only, I mean, those type of things that I have for modifications do play a role. When I was coming towards the camera though, a lot of the other intake sound you hear is because I have an MST Performance intake, the version 2 one. I have a turbo inlet. I have an, intake pipe. I have all those things. I have an intercooler. I have charge pipes. So those type of things are gonna bring up the sound that you hear, the turbo whine, the turbo spool, and things like that. Like, subscribe, check out the channel, check out the content I do. Enjoy the content, like, tell a friend, share it. Let's keep it going. We got more stuff coming. There's something else coming. I'll see y'all around. Check out the podcast while you're at it too. Peace.